The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change estimates that about $200 to $210 billion in global investment will be needed by 2030 to meet the Paris Agreement's emission targets of keeping global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius. However, with 6 years left to the set date, Nigeria and Africa still struggle to access necessary financing.
If you want to achieve 1.5 degrees temperature increase, it means you have to cut down the use of all those elements to that height you can see there. If you want to keep to 2 degrees, you still have to cut, which means there's no room for expansion of fossil fuel extraction. No room at all. But what I will say in the world today, there's an assault on the deltas, especially in Africa. An assault on the Okavango Delta, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Namibia and Botswana. More oil is being extracted.
Advocates here accuse developed countries of being responsible for wide-scale emissions and not taking responsibility for their actions.
What remains worrisome is the unbordered disposition of polluters at the global north and their deliberate refusal to accept historical liabilities, commit to reparatory justice through progressive and sustainable grant, and not loans for climate financing.
We must begin to insist that polluters cut emissions at source. They can't pollute in the global north and designate areas in the global south as carbon sinks. It's insulting, it's unjust, and it's unacceptable.
They say Africa needs over $200 billion annually to adapt to climate change and limit the impact it creates.
It is estimated that the region will need an average of $250 billion per year in climate finance between 2020 and 2030 against the paltry sum of $30 billion it received in 2020, which is about 12% of the amount needed.
If you pay what you are owing us from centuries of damage, we don't need to ask for any other money. We're asking for $1 billion and we're not getting it. The whole of loss and damage at Dubai didn't amount to more than $700 million. It didn't even get to $1 billion.
With COP29 less than 7 days from now, this national conference on climate change, organized by the Corporate Accountability and Public Participation Africa, aims to encourage stakeholders to challenge the unjust structures of intervention benefiting just a few countries. In Abuja for News Central, I am Idong Joseph.